ground.
Second half about to get underway at the Western Oval. The Dockers against the breeze, which has sprung up, leading by 10 points. We had 5 lead changes in the second term alone. Spider Burton back onto the ground. Waters, 11th disposal. He's been terrific, Scotty Waters. They got the first goal of the opening quarter. Southern to Wills, who's been good. Edwards around his body, and the mark taken, and then almost dropped by Mann. Against the breeze from that side of the ground, a tricky kick at best.
Yes, he's going to have to punch it to the left-hand goalpost, Pete, I would think.
Those stats pretty good. 7 marks, and coming in for his 7th kick. Former North Melbourne utility player, Peter Mann, inside 50. Oh, that's a great mark. I think it's Burrows.
Yes, Pete, yep.
Terrific grab.
He's very good in those situations. He does have a good lead, but if you give him a chance to run and jump, don't take out his ground, he'll always take those grabs on you.
That's the angle he's looking at. Runs around, goes at goal, tries to bend it back. I think he's kicked it into the drill hole, but it's a behind. So the first score of the second half coming up to Craig Burrows. Let's look at that mark again. Great grab, Ross.
Yeah, he's taking a run and jump, as I mentioned. Southern in front, probably doing the right thing, but he needed another defender behind to come over the top and spoil.
Cameron kicks in to the far side of the ground. Steve Wallace has made good position there and marks left half back, just outside the 50-metre area. Kicks down towards the wing. High flyer was Grant from behind. One wonders why that's not deemed as a free kick when you get rid of the opponent and don't take the mark.
Well, it's always one of those ones that's open to conjecture, isn't it, Robbo? Stanfield's in ruck with Grigich at full forward.
Jones looks as though he's on Grant now at half back. Bulldogs get forward. West gives away a little bit of ground, goes back to Cameron, back to West. West will have to kick. No, he's tackled as he slipped the hand pass. It was not effective. Chopped off by Miller. Miller goes across the ground. Only Footscray players there to gather the ball. Liberatore, short pass is all right. The mark is taken by Smith. Now Smith can kick the ball long distances. He gets around onto his right foot and then thumps it in towards centre half forward. Out in front, Osborne, punched away by Parker. Percentages played there by the Dockers defender. In goes Edwards, and eventually it is over for a boundary throw-in. Scott Edwards there for the Fremantle team. It's about 75 to 80 metres around from the Footscray goal. They'd need to kick 2 quick goals if they're to be in this. Ramiro's kicked to full forward. The ball spills to the bottom. Kolonyuk still a chance. Still a chance is Steve Kolonyuk. Throws it on his left foot to the square. It's hurried over for a rush behind to the Bulldogs.
Yes, you're right, Robert. Anthony Jones is picking up Grant. O'Reilly's had to go back to fullback to pick up Grigich, the bigger player there.
Chisholm to kick it back in. The margin, 10 points as it was at half-time.
Spider Burton there, the tallest man in the AFL, and McGovern, about a foot of difference from their height. Chisholm's kick. Had a great season so far, Chisholm. Marking contest at the fall of the ball. Kick it and Costa. Liberatore onto the left foot. Long bomb. One behind. Put by Tony Liberatore. His second for the afternoon.
This is the way they started in the first quarter. They kicked, I think, 3 or 4 behinds to start with. Footscray with a little bit of breeze at their back.
Took a while to settle, didn't they?
9 points the difference now. The captain leading by example. Ben Allen on West, out wide. Grant in front, Grant behind. Grant mark, no. Edwards. Ball jarred free in the tackle. Miller. Still Grant taking the hand pass. Kick it. Oh, got one high for his trouble.
What's wrong with Ramiro when he was the closest to that contest?
Kick it from half back. McGovern. Right at the centre circle. And against the breeze in the third quarter. Well, the Dockers have played pretty well. They beat Fitzroy out here in round 3, their first win.
It's Miller, gee, they kicked to the smallest man, McGovern did, and they found him.
Still got it. So Peter Miller, too far out to score from there. 2 kicks from goal. Burrows again the chance. Ball dropped short. Southern and Wills. Southern hit him on the back of the head. Hutton comes in. Wallace, former captain. It bounces, and it bounces right next to the interchange gates in front of McManus. A late inclusion on the side for Delaney, and it will be thrown in. Left half forward for the Fremantle Dockers. Burton and Stanfield. With that bandage across his nose, Barry Stanfield. Liberatore. Good long kick by the Brownlow medalist. Grant edges out his opponent. Good use of the body. Gets back quickly. Smith takes the flip on. Clear of Kickett. Goes at goal and has missed to the right-hand side for one behind. But a good effort on the run. Kicked by Smith.
I don't quite agree with you, Peter. I think that he should have probably nearly kicked that. Roscoe, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I think he's good enough to have done it.
It's important that they do capitalise, and they're missing too easy in the start of this third term, and the Dockers wasting time. Ben Allen asked to play on. Now that's deliberate. That, in my opinion, is a dead set deliberate out of bounds, and if you're going to get airy-fairy about it, don't give any of them.
What Ben Allen's saying to David Hallett, then he said, well, I was just going back to get away from the man on the mark, and Hallett's called him play on. But Robert, where does he go after that? What does he do? Just drop the ball in front of him?
Well, don't give deliberate out of bounds then. That'll be the best way of doing it.
Well, that's a stupid thing that this is.
Now Liberatore bursts his way through, and Liberatore kicks a great goal for the Bullies. That might be what Footscray need. Inspirational stuff from one of the smallest men on the ground. If he's not, he'll be equal to it with Peter Miller. And he gets Footscray's 8th goal. They trail by 2 points.
Yeah, almost a very similar play, Robbo. You're right there. Libert, not a renowned goal kicker, but that on his right foot is not preferred. Terrific effort, and you're right. I think that might be the inspiration. But a bit of a confusing decision by umpire Howlett against Ben Allen, I thought.
Terrific bounce, straight up in the air. Burton gets it down to McGovern, tackled by Cameron. Away goes Watters. Watters doing well in the middle of the ground. Stanfield a little late. The kick goes wide to half-back. Taken by Steve Wallace. Kellett in trouble. The ball spills. Ben Allen missed it. McManus taps it clear. Only as far as Liberatore. In the action. Croft goes after it, drags it back in. Edwards tries to get the ball clear. And the umpire calls for a bounce.
The crowd calling for a kicking in danger, but in fact, I think if we saw that, which we may not, I don't think anyone really was in danger there.
And Liberatore 164 centimetres, Miller 168 for the record book. McGovern, West, tackle, ball jarred free, picks it up again. This guy can run. Kellett, hand pass to Ramiro, who is standing still. Kellett again. Jones going with him. Still Kellett. Long bomb towards half forward. Out comes Griggage, loses it, and Burrows has got it. Parker.
Great mark.
Miller. In space. McManus. McManus from left centre wing. Looks for the spider, and he's got him. Burton at left half forward. West will stand the mark. Hutton makes a lead. Good mark. Taken down there by Critiuk.
No one down here making position. No big men 50 metres away from where he's going to kick it. So
McManus on his own. Look at that. What a shocking kick.
No, there's just nobody making position for him.
That's a good mark. Taken by Mann. Too far out to score against the wind. Knows that. Goes short. On his own. Peter Miller again.
He's cut him up, hasn't he?
My word.
He's been terrific.
2 goals to Miller. And you would say a chance, but maybe the distance a little too much from there. Kick number 10 for Miller.
Goal.
Distance is no problem. He's got his 3rd. So Miller becomes the leading goal kicker in the match to date, and Fremantle go to 10-7, maintaining their advantage to Footscray 8-11.
That player on screen there, Peter Mann's been pretty effective at centre half forward. He's given the Dockers a target to kick to, and this is another example they're prepared to share it around. The Footscray players still not awake to the fact that they'll always chip it. And Peter Miller, as Robbo said, been very consistent.
Bounce, and it favours Footscray. They get the ball down to the half-forward line, kick it, gets past, then maybe a trip, no. Jones with the ball now for the Dockers, kicks into the centre of the ground. Burton just bounces at his feet, but he does well. Intelligently gets it out the back to Mann. Mann runs away from Liberatore and then goes to the goal front. The contest back there. Ridley at the back. Crediuk helps it through. Hutton's kicked it off the ground. It may have hit the post. Yes. Gee, that was a close encounter for John Hutton. 1 goal, 3. to the Dockers full forward.
Yes, he kicked it. We might see this a replay. Jostling back, Credit in front position, just gets the punch through, and then Hutton running through there with Quill. Just gets his boot to ball onto the post. So is he. Good work by Spider Burton in the centre though to tap the ball free.
Leon Cameron again does the kicking out. Kicks long, Wallace at the back. Stanfield, Kellett. Former captain snares it once more, close to the wing. Wallace's kick, straight to the opposition again. Chisholm. He'll chip it short, looking for the skipper. Allen is there. Costa comes in and comes at him hard. He'll get the free kick, Costa. He was taken high. Costa from midfield. Tries the long bomb, real up in the air job. That doesn't help the forwards much. And they're going to run it out. Jones. Out wide to McManus. He's looked all right too. Newcomer, first game.
Scotty Wallace just telling him too, Pete, just to slow down and wait for the players to come up.
He decides to go for a bounce and go across goal, chewing up more time. Chisholm. He's had a great year. O'Reilly well up from the key defence post. Grigic won't catch him. Edwards will come into a player shepherd. O'Reilly's kick down towards Ridley. Two hands to it. Wills, who's been dangerous, could have given away a free kick there to Footscray. Hutton again tries to go off the ground. Ridley runs into a brick wall in Croft. Southern goes in. Wills, did he get tripped? Liberatore.
Look at him.
Unbelievable.
Little bloke with a heart as big as a mountain.
This is Cameron. Didn't look a great kick off the boot.
Got to start taking some risks, Footscray, I think.
Grigic.
The bombing away's not working.
No, this is what they've been doing. The high flyer was Chisholm. Ramiro at midfield. Former North Melbourne utility down towards full forward. Osborne!
Parker just getting caught under that yet front positive, just pushed himself too far into the ball, then couldn't get back quickly enough. And
Two goals, one to Richard Osborne. And Crediuk.
Just kick on the knee, I think, Pete.
Looks the worse for wear. Well, distance won't be a problem for Aussie. Only his fifth kick. He's kicked 2 goals, 1. 5 times he won the goal kicking at Fitzroy. From 35 metres out directly in front. Kicks at goal and has got the goal, has he? Yes. 3 goals, 1 to Osborne, but Footscray going goal for goal with the win. They want a few more, 10-8 to 9-11.
Yes, as Robbo said, they're going to have to try and take some chances. I agree if they can just chip the ball around a bit and do what the Dockers are doing. Just take some chances, perhaps go across ground and just break it open a bit. Or alternatively, if they get the ball, be specific and go direct. As they did then with Osborne getting away from his man, it was effective.
Well, you would think that Footscray would certainly need the lead at three-quarter time if they're to win this game, but the Dockers go forward again through Chisholm, nearly run down by Smith. Chisholm gets the handball to Ben Allen, back over the top to Chisholm. He's going to get caught. No. Does he ever get caught? No, sirree. Kicks towards the forward pocket area. Attempted kick off the ground, being missed. Not by Hutton. Hutton's kick has been marked in the square by Crediuk. Looking to play on is Crediuk. Can go down the ground to Cameron, but he elects to come to this member's side. Gets outside 50. McManus, no, at the back, Scotty West. He may pay the penalty, McManus. Well done, Burton. Professional free kick because Scotty West was away. West can give it to Southern. Southern is positioning himself at centre-half back. Can he get past Burton? No. Big Grigic is there, but Danny Southern forced to go back and take his kick. Nearly up to the centre of the ground. Kicks it fairly long. It goes 55 metres towards centre-half forward. At the back, no mark. Through goes McGovern from centre-half back. He runs after one bounce and then kicks wide. Out in front of Peter Mann. Peter Mann and Croft. The bounce is terrible for Mann. Watts, Croft. Croft gets the handball away, looking for Liberatore. Tackled there by Waters. Ball spills. Watts leaves it for Steve Wallace. Wallace's kick is off the side of his boot, but well marked by Cameron. Cameron can run right down the ground. 3 bounces now. Left half forward. He kicks in towards full forward. Great mark taken by Chris Grant. That ball came in quite fiercely, and Grant judged it, and it stuck.
He adjusted very well. He just Got Jones off balance there just enough. Jones wanting front posse, but just a bit of a nudge. All very legal. And he's such a big fellow, is Chris Grant, deceptively big and strong and quick for his size. At that time, just judged it beautifully.
Chris Grant has kicked one. Richard Osborne kicked his third just a couple of moments ago for Footscray. This goal can give Footscray the lead. Grant from only 30 metres out kicks truly. Grant's second goal. Kolonyuk has kicked 2. Osborne 3, and Footscray lead by 3 points.
And Robert, the importance of Leon Cameron getting into the game and being productive. He's had plenty of touches of the footy, but he creates through the midfield and sets it up, and his kicking usually, his disposal is pretty good. And he's the player they need to just continue that good form, give them some balance through midfield.
O'Reilly looks as though he's gone back onto him.
Yeah, Jones has come out to centre half back to pick up Stanfield. Grigic into the ruck.
3 points the difference. A thriller at the Western Oval in the third quarter. 8 minutes left in it. West gets a bounce he doesn't want or doesn't like. McManus, hand pass away. McGovern went through solidly. Cameron.
Well done. Brilliant footwork.
Around Allen. It was Leon Cameron to half forward. Grant again. As Ross said, he's a pretty big guy, deceptively so, and deceptively quick. Tried for the long bomb, didn't get onto it. Ball dropped short, well short in fact. Ramiro has to try to get back, kick it. Well tackled by Osborne. He picks up the loose ball. Well, Osborne's got him again. Jones. Norrish. Parker. Parker in left back pocket. Low trajectory, drop punt. Well done to McGovern. McGovern at half back. Across the goal to the outer side. The defensive side here at the Western Oval. Picked up beautifully by O'Reilly, who's also deceptively quick. He'll give it to Waters. The ball will, or should sit nicely for him. It does. Past Costa. The kick up towards the elusive Wills, who's been dangerous close to goal. Goes for distance with the kick. Ridley was the flyer. Still a chance. Miller over the top with the hand pass. Man across his body. Long bomb at goal. And that looks pretty good. I think he's kicked it. Yes, he has. Great goal. So Peter Mann kicks his first, and the lead changes again at the Western Oval. The Dockers back in front, 11-8 to 10-11.
Yes, and they're preparing us again, Pete, to go across the ground. McGovern in that back line with Steve O'Reilly running off, and they change to Waters. And Spider Burton's off again, Mildenhall back on. But again, changing direction, taking a punt, and it comes off.
Seven minutes left, and again important centre clearance. Liberatore gets his foot to it, only goes about 3 metres, and a congestion. Umpire forced to bounce. McGovern for the Dockers. Now, interesting 5 or 6 minutes without Burton on the ground. The Burrow's been brought into the ruck up against Ilya Grigic. Burrow's a big leap, but Grigic with a big fist to half forward. Smith gets run down. Kick it. Somehow found some space. Ramiro got him. Spills to McGovern. Then Ben Allen. Ben Allen's got the ball on centre wing. 2 bounces. Could go for a third. Carries the ball. Kicks it over the players at half forward. Back goes Croft in slow motion. Gets the hand pass down. Cameron. Further still to Liberatore. Going to get run down, but he gets his kick away. Down the wing, knocked away from Stanfield by Jones. No free kick. A struggle for possession on centre wing. Cameron grasps it and then kicks it with that left foot towards half forward. Out comes Grant. Gathers the ball. He's tackled. Held when he didn't have it. And the Footscray supporters, one wonders whether they've got reason to blue. What are the free kicks? So they're pretty even. 9-7 in favour of the Bulldogs. Grant in towards full forward. Osborne misses it. Kolonyuk still going after it. Oh, strong in there was Jones. Smith didn't like it, but Jones has got the free kick for the Dockers.
Jones goes short, looks for and finds Jason Norrish. Norrish over the head of Grigic, if that's possible. Oh, great vision, superb vision on the burst as Burrows. A terrific balk by the big guy. Still he goes, kicks towards half forward. Hutton!
A lesson there too, Pete, for Scotty West. Don't run and jump at a play. Keep your feet. As soon as you get your feet off the ground, the player goes around you.
So Hutton Probably too far out against the breeze.
Good jump.
But they have kicked them from down there. Right on 50. Oh, he's given it a mammoth roost. Certainly no problems with the distance, but the accuracy leaving a little bit to be desired, and one behind. Kicked by Scott Hutton, so 1 goal 4 by him. 11-9 to 10-11. Fremantle by 4 points, and John Hutton 1-4. So Cameron, as is his wont, kicking in close to the line. Good roost. Southern at the back, couldn't take it. Mildenhall an opportunity. Southern beats him for it. Wallace does well, the veteran. Wallace's kick up towards midfield. Oh, half volley. Collingwood did well to make something of it. Kick it. Grabbed his opponent when he didn't have the footy.
They were lucky. I think the Dockers were away then.
They were. Certainly away. Scott West will take the free kick at midfield. West down the spine of the ground. Grant looking for the free kick, or certainly the supporters were. None there. Edwards, front posse. McManus at left half back. One bounce. Fancies his pace and judgment. Or kicks into space. Southern runs onto it, or runs behind it now. And the ball is kicked, I think, out of bounds by Quill. No, he's kept it in play. Quill marking contest on centre wing. Umpire lets it go. West kicks to half forward. Straight into the arms of Chisholm, who's taken the mark. Plays on. Now Smith. It'll bounce. It'll bounce. Through for only one behind.
There's some poor disposal, isn't there, Robbo? That's what you're saying?
Just to kick it straight to the opposition. I mean, the bloke didn't have to move.
At this level, you shouldn't be doing that. The skill level should be good enough. Spider Burt's come back onto the ground. He's gone to the full forward area. And Hutton's come off.
Kick in by O'Reilly finds Jones. Jones is not that much further forward. Footscray a chance here. Little tap on. Was that deemed as a throw? Yes, against Tyson Lane. I've seen a couple of those tap-ons today, Ross, and not being penalised. So the umpire to pick that one out was a little surprising, in my opinion. Chisholm gets it back to Waters. Waters goes from the full-back area wide to half-back, Norrish. Handball over the top. You're in trouble, Dale. Kick it. Run down. Duck the tackle. And a free kick has been applied. It will go to Kickett. Kickett goes down the wing. Some good running provided by Ben Allen. He covers some territory, doesn't he? The captain leading by example, runs up to half forward. He's had 3 bounces. Don't run at him, because then he'll just kick it over your head and kick a goal. That's just about what he did, but it's hit the behind post on the full. So the free kick will go to... I'm only being facetious when I say don't run at him, because, well, if you don't run at him, he just runs up and kicks it over your damn head for a goal. Quill will mark the kick in.
Mark taken by Peter Quill, just up from the right back pocket. Close to three-quarter time here at the Western Oval. Footscray need a goal, or need a couple of goals if they've got
hang on to it, son. Just waste a bit more time.
Yeah. Man underneath it. Almost the mark taken by Burrows. He decides to play on. Good hand pass to Waters. We're almost caught some. Back to Burrows. No one coming at him either. Tries to draw the man. Finally gets his kick in. It will land short. Southern should spoil from Mildenhall. He does. Allen breaks one tackle. Over to Ridley. They give it back to Allen. He'll kick the goal. Ben Allen cutting them to pieces. Kicking his first for the afternoon, and Fremantle's 12th. 12-9 to 10-12.
And again, just throwing the ball around. Burrows taking one bounce too many. His kick was very poor, but the running of Allen this quarter has been outstanding. And Ridley, clever here. Quill in 2 miles, didn't know where to go. It was jitterbugging on the mark there. Back forth, drew the man. Easy goal. Good running by Allen.
(14-3) for Ben Allen, and one of the best on the ground, Robbo.
My word, Fremantle lead by 9 points. Grigic gets a big fist to it. It only goes as far as half-back where Jones is on his own. Gathers the ball. It was awkward, but he got the hand pass away. Chisholm, who's been terrific again, missed a game because of disciplinary reasons, but by gee, they certainly can they afford to leave a player of his ability out of the side. They're doing all right.
I don't think he'll be late for a meeting again, Robbo.
McGovern it is with the football, kicks it into the centre of the ground. Jones runs on and then kicks it with good penetration to half forward, but nearly the mark. If it's not a mark, it'll be a free kick to Quill. And the advantage is now with Footscray. Croft not waking up to it quickly enough. Goes for the big torpedo punt kick down the wing. No one home for Footscray. Smith has got to come all the way down from the centre half forward area. Runs Jones down. The ball spills. The Bulldogs a chance here. Callett has the football. Short pass. Dumped. on the 50-metre line was Grant. The player there, O'Reilly, he gets the hand pass. Chisholm, slippery little customer, kicks the ball along the half-back area. The mark is taken by Jones.
Still they go. This is McGovern. They're going to build on their lead if they can get it up there. Wills, a couple of kicks from goal. The former Geelong player kicks into the pocket, and Ridley, the former Bomber, has taken the mark. Very heavily bandaged, Todd Ridley, and that's the most difficult part of the Western Oval from which to score.
Whilst his stats aren't big, Pete, he's been productive, and then he's created some leads and a target. He's moved around and he's contested.
Obviously fancies himself. As the clock ticks down to three-quarter time, under a minute left. Todd Ridley right on 50. Not a bad kick distance-wise. Accuracy leaves a little bit to be desired, and he's kicked only 1 point. So 2 goals, 1 to Todd Ridley, and the Dockers increased their lead. 10 points, and that's what it was at half-time. We've got 36 seconds remaining, and a tired-looking Leon Cameron. A few deep breaths before he kicks in. Crowd a little bit quiet, expecting Footscray probably to be in front by three-quarter time. The breeze at their backs in this quarter. Grigic can't take the mark. Might be a free kick to the big fellow. It's going against Craig Burrows. He plays on, and Kellett has taken the mark in front of McManus.
Has to play on Nigel Kellett. He kicks it across. It won't go quite far enough. Burton. But out comes Dale Kickett. He's been pretty good across half-back. Can he control the football? He's caught. No free kick. Scotty West goes in, and now the umpire will be forced to bounce. And that possibly will be the last passage of play before three-quarter time.
Well played by Spider Burton too, Robert, to get back there and make a contest.
Fremantle 10 points in front, so it's a very, very handy advantage that they will have going into the last quarter. That's the siren. So at three-quarter time, Fremantle lead. They're 12-10-82. Footscray at 10-12-72. And Peter Miller is the leading goal scorer for Fremantle with 3. 2 each to Ridley and Wills, and for Footscray 3 to Richard Osborne, 2 each to Grant and Collinuk, and Roscoe, the bullies, with the job in front of them.
Yes, they're getting their share of the footy, Robert. They're just, their foot disposal's been pretty poor by their standards, and they've lacked a target other than Grant at full forward and then centre half forward. Osborne's been okay, but they've fallen down badly regularly across half forward, other than when Leon Cameron's got the ball and has gone long and purposely into that forward area. So they've got a big job ahead of them this last quarter.
Time for Footscray to stand up and be counted into the breeze, and trailing by 10 points, 82-72. We'll be back with the last quarter in